Hey guys, we're CollegeStuffSale, and I'm Enoch, sponsor, and my teammates are Daniel, Min, Jonathan, and Aaron. Now Jonathan's gonna show us the introduction page.
Hello everybody, my name is Jonathan Zamora from CollegeStuffSale. I'm here to talk about some of the reasons why we decided to build this application, what problems it solves within the marketplace, and with that said, I'd like to talk a little bit first about getting ready for college. There's often a lot of costs associated to college. In 2013, estimates were ranging for average college for tuition and room and board alone was ranging anywhere from $9,000 for in-state students upwards of $22,000 a year for out-of-state students. The other thing though is that college isn't just tuition or room and board. There's a lot of other things that come with college that students are often having to financially prepare for. Things like getting furniture, clothing, the appropriate supplies, transportation around campus or town as needed, and many other costs. And so oftentimes students will look for other places to fulfill these needs on a budget. Oftentimes Craigslist, secondhand stores, Facebook ads is another one that's kind of come up within the last few cycles here. But those often have a lot of issues, and the reason why is because there's not a lot of items on these marketplaces for college students. Places like Facebook ads or Craigslist can often be kind of shady when you need to set up a meeting with somebody. Often they're in unsafe locations, usually after work, which means that they often happen at night, which can just be really safe. The other thing for college students, it's often hard to find somebody to buy used materials that you might be looking to get rid of. Old textbooks, old materials, or graphing calculator. Not many people have a need for that, and so it's usually hard to unload some of those items without taking a big loss. So that's where we introduced CollegeStuffSale. The big one, first in starters, is that we need to address security concerns. I think that's the biggest setback with Craigslist and other ads is they're just not very safe. There's too much anonymity. You really don't know who you're dealing with. Again, with CollegeStuffSale, we have no anonymity. Every user makes an account in order to buy or sell items on CollegeStuffSale. This increases safety. The other thing that we encourage is on-campus meetups, being that you're usually going to be dealing with other college students or faculty. So it makes it pretty convenient as well. And again, we very much encourage the safe exchanges happening on campus. Looking at CollegeStuffSale, beautiful design. We use SketchUp and others to make sure that our layout is makes sense, make sure that our layout is intuitive, and make sure that everything looks beautiful for the user. Additionally, it's tailored for college students, but it is flexible for everybody. There are other users who may be interested in using CollegeStuffSale, and so we like to keep our application broad enough to handle the majority of college students, but also be flexible enough for anybody in surrounding areas to be able to utilize the application.
Hello, my name is Aaron, and I'm here to talk about the requirements of the project. So first we're going to talk about the requirements that have been completed so far. First on the list is the pages and modules that have been completed. We've completed the home page for both the desktop and the mobile application, which serves as sort of a root hub for the visitors. We also have completed the account page for both desktop and mobile, which kind of includes the user's posts, their profile information, and their various messages. We've also included the messages page for the users, but only on the desktop. The search module, which allows users to search for posts and filter them, is also implemented on both the desktop and the module so far. The search results page is also on only the desktop version, which gives a gallery of the selected the selected search post that the users have searched for. And then the post detail page is also up, but again, only for desktop, which includes the individual page for each post with pictures, information, and a price. And then 2 more pages that are on the desktop version only are the sign in and sign up page, which allows the user to sign in and sign up for the service and gain access to various functionalities. Now, 3 functionalities that have been done so far are the mobile web pages that have similar or the same responsive design as a web application, keeping in line with the same themes, colors, logos, and font styles to mirror the desktop and the mobile applications. There's also a secure authentication token for certain areas of the website. As I said before, when you sign in or sign up for the website, you are able to get a secure authentication, basically saying that you have access to certain parts of the site. And then last is the user-to-user message system for the desktop. And this will be implemented on the mobile version, but it is coming soon. Now, here are the requirements that are in progress. The post detail page, which is on the mobile, are in progress. We're currently working on it. It's being built at the moment, not yet implemented, as are most of these functionalities and pages. And these pages that aren't implemented quite yet are the account page, the sign up page, sign in, and new post page. And these will be coming soon to the mobile application. Now, the functionalities that we plan for in the future are for the app, the mobile app, to run on both iOS and Android, and also the user-to-user message system, which is implemented in the desktop version. Now, and then there are some missing APIs on the back end that needs to be implemented first before they can be utilized on the front end. And that needs to be done for both mobile and desktop, as they share the same back-end API. Now here we have a use case and user story specifically for the access to authenticated users, getting the tokens so that they can access the site. And for the user story for this particular scenario, the user story goes, as an authenticated user, I want to be able to log in or sign up so that I can access my account. And you can see on the use case that I have it on top here. You can see the actors and the events that they can do, logging in and signing up from the user database. And then the second part of the user story is, as an authenticated user, I want to be able to access my account, post items, or receive messages so that I can participate in CollegeStuffSale. And that I listed on the bottom of the use case diagram. Basically, once you log in, you can have access to certain parts of the site. And before you log in, you don't have access to them. So kind of driving users to log in with their information as well as their schools so they can get access to the site. Thank you.
This is our solution overview page. Our mobile application had many requirements, and it had to be a multi-platform, meaning they had to work on both iOS and Android. This is why we use a React Native to achieve this. And React Native actually uses JavaScript to create the mobile application, and it allows us to both work on the mobile application for Android and the iOS. And JavaScript brings us a lot of benefits because it has many libraries and frameworks on top of it. And for our search engine, we use the PostgreSQL. It allows us to have many extensions. And so we built our search engine using the trigram algorithm. And for our messaging system, we use the Ruby on Rails solutions to WebSocket, which is called Action Cable. And it basically uses the PostgreSQL to store the data and the messages. And the Redis was used to implement the PubSub architecture. And for our authentication, we use the JWT, which complies with the token-based authentication provided by the OAuth 2. And for our designs, instead of using Photoshop or any other application, we use the Sketch app, and because it allows us to reduce our time designing. And due to the complexity of the application, our team spent a lot of time creating many projects, and one of them was Portfolio, as you can see, Portfolio, and then To-Do List, and Meme Generator API, and the Meme Generator mobile application. To-Do List was just a simple JavaScript program that creates a list dynamically, and Meme Generator API uses the Ruby on Rails as a backend to provide resources for the mobile applications to use. And this is our Trello board to show our accomplishments. As you can see, we spent a lot of time on February and March actually learning about JavaScript. And towards later April, we spend more time actually writing the code. In the end, the last week of our meeting time, we spent time creating pages for the mobile application. And overall, we are almost there completing the project. Thank you.
In this project, we use many database systems for different purposes, but we mainly use Progress as our database server to store important information such as user, category, post, and school. There are many reasons why we choose Progress. The first reason is that Progress is open source and beta tests and is gaining community support. And you can see in the picture, Progress is gaining more popularity compared to MongoDB in ranking. And for your information, MongoDB is the most popular NoSQL database right now. But rather than go with NoSQL, we will stick with relational database, which is what Progress is. And there are many advantages of using relational database. And the first one is they are built based on strong mathematical theory. And for example, any relation database have an optimizer that can translate our SQL query into relational algebra and then find the optimized plans. And in addition to that, being able to write and execute transactional query is very important to us. And with transaction support, we can achieve high consistencies even there are system failure. And this will result in high quality data. The third reason is that Progress is SQL 99 compliant, which means it supports fundamental features of relational database. And for example, Progress supports track constraint, which can be used for database validation. And for your information, MySQL does not support track constraint. And this is one reason why we picked Progress over MySQL. The final reason is that Progress have a very good tool for query analysis. If we put explain analyze keyword before the query, we can see the actual execution plan, and by viewing the execution plan, we know why the query is slow and which join algorithm is used. Then we can optimize the query by adding indexes, or we can force the optimizer to follow specific plan. Next, we draw an ER diagram for our database design. And the ER diagram is very helpful to visualize the relationship between entities. Not only that, we can convert an ER diagram to data definition language, which basically are the structure of the table to store the data. For example, in the picture, message and user are the entity, and send is a relationship between them. And there's an arrow going from message to user, meaning that their relationship is one-to-many. As we can see, if we map this into table, we need one table for the message and one table for the user. And we don't need an extra table to store the relationship because we can merge it directly into the message table because the relationship is one-to-many. This design will give better performance because we eliminate an extra join operation when performing the selection. And in general, the ER diagram helps us to communicate between database designer and to come up with a good database structure. Thank you.
Our team was divided from the start by sheer knowledge alone. More specifically, 3 of us didn't know much about how to start this mobile application, let alone design it. So we needed to start with the basics, the foundation, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Our sponsor decided to give us projects for us to finish together, each associated with different lessons that were required of us to fully understand and begin our main project. We have just completed the phase where we had to learn the basics of React Native, which is used for the front end, Ruby on Rails, which is also used in the back end, and ES 2015, which is a new version of JavaScript. The use of ES 2015 in React Native isn't mandatory, but recommended as it brings simplicity and efficiency to a JavaScript portion of React Native. After learning some React Native, our sponsor appointed us a React Native group project to further engrave the fundamentals, the best practices of coding with React Native. As 3 of our members embarked this journey, the remaining 2 members who are more capable, knowledgeable, were assigned actual tasks regarding our main project. Examples include designing and building the homepage, messaging page, the filter page, search page, etc. Each on their own just as difficult. As of now, those tasks have been completed. The React Native group project that our group was assigned was finished within 2.5 weeks, roughly. The project was a meme generator mobile application. In addition to the use of React Native, the project involved extensive use of Ruby on Rails for the backend, the database. The database is where the images and phrases for the meme are to be pulled from. The design itself went through several phases. Mobile application consisted of 3 pages: the home page, the gallery page, and the meme preview page. The home page is composed of a meme image with the phrase aligned at the top of the image. The generate button calls a function that fetches the image from the database and the phrase and displays it to the center of the mobile screen. The save button saves the image and phrase into the database. There was also a feature incorporated into the backend that denies the user from saving the image and phrase that has already been saved. The My Mem button, it calls a function to navigate to the gallery page. The gallery page is nothing more but a list of saved memes that the user has saved by pressing the save button from the home page. By touching the phrase of the meme on the gallery page, the user will be redirected to the preview page that displays the meme in a larger scale. Lastly, the home button takes the user back to the home page, obviously. Currently, we are working on the main page, the contact us page, privacy policy page, terms and conditions page, and about us page, etc. Well, one more page. These tasks have been distributed evenly among our team members, and we are tracking our progress through the use of Trello.